Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on my channel. In today's video, I'm going to take you along with redoing my daughter's nails. Now this is, I think, 4 or 5 weeks growth, and yes, she did lose a couple, but I wanted to do a watch me work, and I also wanted to talk about some things that were weighing heavy on my heart. This will be a watch me work and a chit chat video. So if this interests you, just keep on watching. So with this watch me work, because I have done quite a few of these types of videos for you guys, my process is pretty much the same. So I will kind of pipe in and tell you if I'm doing something different or why I decided to do something of interest. But mainly for this video, I kind of wanted to share with you some stuff that has been going on with me. I guess not necessarily with me, but emotionally with me. And I am struggling. I'm struggling, you guys, and I'm probably going to fumble over my words and struggle with how to share what's on my heart without being too negative. Now, for those of you that have been with me for a while, you guys know how I really emphasize being positive and lifting one another up. And that's why this video and what I want to share with you guys is so hard for me to do, because I don't want to be mean, I don't want to be negative, and that's just not my heart. Okay, deep breath, Carrie. I have received so many messages asking if I will be reviewing the winter collection from Light Elegance. And the answer is no, I will not. I struggled with this decision because Light Elegance is an amazing product, and I love the education that Jim McConnell gives out to help us nail techs in the industry so we know what to look for in our products that we use for services. Darcy Olin, who was the lead educator and dean of students for Light Elegance, is an amazing instructor, an amazing beauty. Her soul, inside and out, just is so warm and so loving and so giving. I really enjoyed taking classes with her. And with her and the quality of Light Elegance products, I was always excited to use anything Light Elegance. Then recently, I'm sure some of you kind of know where I'm going to go with this. I saw a post by Darcy's husband that was shared by a former Light Elegance educator, and I read the post and the comments that was sent with this post that was sent to Darcy by mistake from Lexi, the daughter of the owners of Light Elegance. I'm not going to get into what Lexi sent and what her message was. If you guys want to know, you can search it on Darcy or Bill's Facebook page. What I saw from an adult and the words used about a well-respected individual in our community and her husband totally floored me, and it disgusted me. It angered me, and yes, I'm getting emotional because from what I know of Darcy, she did not deserve that kind of treatment. Now, this post was not published in vain or without a great deal of thought. The two of them did mention that they thought long and hard about if they should post what Lexi sent them by mistake or if they should just ignore it and walk away quietly. I had always wondered why Darcy, after a short, I think 2 or 3 years of being on the Oregon coast, she moved back to New York State. But not prying, just people make decisions for whatever reasons, and I followed her journey because I respect her and I look up to her. And then to find out why she left really broke my heart. And as this post remains public on Bill's page, more and more people are coming out of the woodwork that used to work with Light Elegance, and because they too had been treated the same way. So I took all of this in, all this information, and yes, it's stories from each person's experience, and there's always 2 sides to every story, but I don't agree with any type of bullying, adult mean girl attitudes. I don't condone that type of behavior. And I just thought, okay, does this situation that happened to Bill and Darcy affect me? Well, on the surface, no, it doesn't. Light Elegance has not done anything to me. They have supplied superior products, and they continue to supply superior products all over the world. But what I'm struggling with is if I continue to review Light Elegance products and support and promote this brand, am I condoning those actions? I can't answer that. Part of me says no, and the rest of me, which is a majority of me, says yes, I would be. And that breaks my heart because I am so against mean girl attitudes and bullies. And after my suicide attempt 5 years ago, I have worked so hard on myself and my self-worth and being a better person and not letting situations affect me negatively where I spiral out of control and I'm back in the hospital again. And one of my goals in my recovery in being a better person is being genuinely compassionate for those that are being treated unfairly, wrong, disrespectfully, all of that. Like it hurts me to see others hurting. And I'm disappointed in Light Elegance that this type of behavior is not a one-off. So my dilemma right now is trying to figure out my emotions. Why am I so upset over this when it doesn't personally affect me? If I do continue to review Light Elegance products, am I condoning that bad behavior? And right now, I don't have an answer for that. So I won't be reviewing the winter collection. Will I be reviewing other collections from Light Elegance moving forward? I don't know. I honestly don't have an answer for that. I think I need to take some time and figure out why I'm feeling the way I am feeling and just take it one day at a time. And I've also had people ask me, why am I not an ambassador with Creative Beauty anymore? And I've never really addressed that. I've just sort of ignored the question, and I feel bad about that. But it's because I don't want to talk bad about a company or go into detail the ugly side of being an ambassador. And I know you guys could say, well, you're talking bad about Lexi. Well, yeah, I've thought about that. And that's why this video is so hard for me to share with you guys, because it is weighing heavy on my heart. I don't like to talk bad about people, especially if I'm not involved. Like, that's just gossip. So I needed to figure out why I was feeling the way I'm feeling and answer your questions to the best of my ability without making matters worse, I guess, or offending other people. Another thing that bothers me is that when we are wronged, severely wronged by these companies, why do we keep quiet? Why do we walk away quietly and not say anything? And then that bad behavior continues and more people get hurt and stung. Like, why do we keep quiet? Is it because we're afraid of legal action? Is it just easier to put our head in the sand and hopefully it all just goes away? I honestly don't have any answers to any of these questions that have been going around in my head that have been really upsetting me. So I apologize to each and every one of you that have reached out and asked me these questions, and I just can't give you an answer. I sincerely apologize, and I hope you can just bear with me until I can answer those questions. As for reviewing Light Elegance products, I know how much you guys look forward to my review videos, and you've been very vocal on how much these videos help you in making decisions whether or not to purchase a few colors or the whole collection. So that weighs on my heart too, because it means a lot to me that you guys look forward to those types of videos and you appreciate them. That just means the world to me. And right now I feel like I'm letting you guys down. Okay, I think I need to change pace in this video here. Let's talk about these nails that my daughter is getting. She wanted something for Remembrance Day, and she also wanted a red from enVogue. Now, my daughter happens to work for West Coast Beauty, and they carry enVogue products. So I was quite happy to purchase the 2 new limited edition collections, and she wanted to wear one of those colors. And I thought that was a great idea because then she could advertise and show in real life what a color looks like on a set of nails as opposed to a swatch stick. So as you can see, I showed a couple of magic gel products. I used the silicone thin base and cured for 1 minute, and then I'm going in to create the apex and structure with diamond fiber. Now, you do not need to use diamond fiber on a short set of nails like this. I find that diamond fiber works really well on my daughter's nails. Actually, any of my clients who have super short nails, this product works amazing on them. It's very strong, it doesn't lift, and that's probably why my daughter can go like 4 to 6 weeks without a fill. Oh yeah, she did break a couple, but we won't get into a story time of how she broke those nails. I think I'll leave that one alone. So I usually take my time when I'm applying the gel. I want to make sure that it covers everything. I start with a slip layer and then a smaller dollop of gel and just kind of let it self-level over the nail, and you just have to do very little filing. So we are going in with Santa Claus from the new limited edition, the new limited, oh my gosh, the new limited edition by enVogue. Check out my product review video that I did just previous to this video, and I do color comparisons and tell you all about how it swatches and applies and the viscosity and all that stuff. So make sure you go and watch that if you're curious about this collection. When I apply any color gel or gel polish, I like to go in with a detailer brush around the cuticle and sidewall area. I don't force the brush as close as I can get it to the cuticle, because more often than not, I will hit the cuticle with gel, or the client will move and then gel gets on the skin. So I always go as far as I can with the brush that's in the bottle and then tighten up that line, make it nice and smooth around the cuticle. And I found that my pictures even looked better when I do it this way. So here I'm just putting on, oh, we're fighting. She's usually pretty good with being very loose with her hands, I guess. She's not stiff and I can move her around exactly where I want her, but I think in this case she kept leaning back into the chair and her hand kept going back, and I got frustrated, so I just pushed her hand back. I'm like, okay, if you want to go back, let's push your hand all the way back. So as I was saying before I got distracted there, is I like to put the gel polish towards the center of the nail and move it towards the free edge first, and then slowly move the gel polish towards the cuticle. And then again go in with my detailer brush to really clean up the cuticle and sidewall area so it's a nice smooth look. And you don't really need to do a second layer, but I did, and I did cure 1 minute between each layer. I found the second layer just gave it a little bit more of a deeper red. And of course the white, I always do 2 layers because white is very hard to work with, and the second layer just gets rid of any shadowing. So my daughter wanted red and white nails, not for Christmas, but for Remembrance Day. So she wanted a poppy, and I didn't realize I actually had some poppy water decals. So I'm removing the dispersion layer from the nail, and I only soak the image or the sticker for about 30 seconds in the water and then place it on the nail and use that silicone tool at the end there that you can see that I'm struggling with. Actually, it moved, so I had to carefully take the flower off and then reapply it again, and it worked. And just, yeah, you want to kind of get rid of the excess water before you do put it on the nail, and then just flatten it out with the silicone tool to make sure that there's no air underneath the water decal. So now I'm going in with I'm a No Wipe Topcoat by enVogue, and I have to be honest, I'm kind of struggling with this top coat. I find that curing it for 1 minute in an LED UV light, it just feels weird when it comes out. It's nice and shiny, don't get me wrong, it just feels soft, like almost rubbery, not like a hard top coat. So I ended up curing it for 2 minutes in my LED light, and that worked. I got a nice cure, it was nice and hard, and I will get back to you to let you know how this wore on my daughter's hands. She's my guinea pig. But I wanted to use this top coat for 2 reasons. One, I wanted to see how well it wore for 3 weeks, and it's also thicker viscosity, so it went over the nail decal really nicely. Sometimes a thinner viscosity top coat, you have to do a couple of coats and over an image or a design on the nail. Any kind of art on a nail, I like to use a thicker viscosity top coat, especially with gel polished glitters. So I'm curious to see how this holds up, and I will report back to you guys. So I like taking I think this is a 182/40 grit file at the end of the service, and I just kind of sharpen up the shape. Make sure that the top coat isn't attached to the skin. Make sure that the shape is the way it's supposed to be. Sometimes when we put top coat on, it can kind of warp our shape. And now I'm going in with the cuticle oil, and this is something new I've started doing. And I take the Erica's, this big bit right here, it is ultra fine, and it massages the oil right into the skin, and my clients absolutely love it. I think this is now my favorite part of a service, is using this bit, because you can kind of see the dead skin slough off of the nails. And also, if you like to take pictures of your work and post it on Instagram, it makes your nails look better. I was surprised at the improvement of my pictures just by adding a couple of steps, by 1, using this bit to massage the oil in, and 2, using a detailer brush with my color. I've also changed my lighting when I take pictures, so it's a softer, warmer light, and that way the camera doesn't pick up every single indent in the skin, doesn't magnify the oil that's on your skin to make it look like you put top coat all over the place. It's a softer light, really makes for better pictures as well. And you'll see that coming up in the video. I will show you how I position her hands and the pictures that I took. So I like to do 3 poses when I take pictures. This one was funny. I must have turned away, and then she goes in and fixes her finger. She's worse than I am for being very particular. So you can see these pictures and all of my other work on my Instagram page. And I think that's it for this video. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening, for staying to the end, for letting me get all of this stuff off my chest. I think that will help me to be able to figure out what to do moving forward. If you have any questions and you don't feel like posting them publicly, by all means, go to my Instagram and send me a private message. I don't mind at all. Don't forget to follow me on all my social media, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.